time for the May 11th City Council meeting. I'm going to call to order and roll call, please.
Elwick.
Here.
Gates.
Here.
Armater.
Here.
Fluhop.
Here.
Stark.
Here.
Messenius is absent.
All right, say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Need a motion to approve the agenda? Motion by Riley, second by Tammy. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? And motion to approve the consent agenda is written.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Tammy, second by Bethany. Any questions, comments? Where's the Pink Cloud Smoke Shop going?
Hopefully A Avenue. Was the A Avenue Tap, then it was coffee shop, then it was Johnny's Pizza for a while.
No.
And now it's vacant. They changed their location to over here.
Yeah. Over there, next to Johnson.
Next to Johnson's.
Between Benton County Title and Johnson.
Oh.
Somewhere in the downtown area.
Yes,
Yes,
it is
in the
properly
downtown.
zoned.
They were very nice.
Any questions on invoices, anything else? Still like the new printout. Any questions? All those in favor? All righty, now it's time to receive and file communication petitions and remonstrances. Any? None. All right, time for committee reports.
We had a work session just prior to this meeting going over proposed handbook changes. We will have another handbook committee review meeting on Monday and we'll have final changes for the council to approve at a future date. Maybe as soon as the next meeting.
Anything else? None. Not aware of. All right, now it's time for citizen input. Council won't take any action on the comments this meeting, but may do so at a future meeting. Please limit the presentation. 3 minutes, or only a little bit of time on top. Nothing? Anybody out there?
If anybody wishes to address the city council, please use the raise hand button on your Zoom app at the bottom of the screen.
Seeing none. Moving on to old business, of which we have none. Moving on to new business. I need motion approval of request for qualifications for professional services project scoping study with the BRIC program.
So moved.
Second.
By Bethany, second by Riley.
Thank you, Mr. President, Council. This is to get the RFQ out the door, and it's already been typed up, and it's been looked over by the Iowa Department of Homeland Security. This is part of our grant. So in order to fulfill the requirements of the grant, just need council approval to send this RFQ out.
Questions, anybody? This is the one they said we're gonna get, and then pulled it out from underneath us a couple times, and said, oh, you ought to apply again, your guys are well qualified, and then pulled it out again. Alrighty. Roll call, please.
Elwick.
Yes.
Armater.
Yes.
Stark.
Yes.
Fluhop.
Yes.
Gates.
Yep.
All right, now it's time to review the new floodplain management ordinance.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Apparently you got mailed the new floodplain maps. And
Usually it comes to my house, so I'm surprised it came here.
Oh, well, they showed up, and with that, the Iowa Department of Natural Resources has said we need to adopt the new floodplain maps, but because of the age of our current floodplain ordinance, they would like us to adopt a new ordinance and sent us a model ordinance, which I would recommend that council send this to committee because it's quite lengthy. and there are some significant changes on this, ordinance, compared to our current one. Like case in point, right now, you can't add on more than 25%. You can't add on more than 25% of your original structure onto any building that is a date of, I believe, is July 1, 1987. This changes that potentially to just within the past 10 years. So it does give some flexibility in the new ordinance, but I would like council and actually Senate committee to actually go through quite a bit of these changes.
Either general government or business type.
General government.
All right.
Excuse me. We'll discuss after in winter.
All right. So Riley will go set forth the meeting. All right. Now discussion of the current status of my lift station.
Now, it's
Did you fix it?
Nate is on here as well.
Oh, is he on there?
Yeah. I see here.
What you got?
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Nate. So what's our discussion, Craig?
We need to do something sooner than later. We've, twice now, their sump pump, which we replaced it, has stopped, and somehow the dry side where the pumps and the motors are, which are not submersible. First time we caught it before it got above the motors, and the second time we didn't get quite so lucky, so.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't find it.
Nope, and, we got one back, and we sent the other one down, we've had to replace both motors in it, so, I thought they said it was about, we got new motors for less than $3,000. A submersible motor was gonna be around $15,000, you know, so it could get wet, it'd still be in that same area, but I'd like to update the whole lift station and put it behind where it's at now. We need to worry about easements, and just hoping not to, sorry Nate, but not have it engineered, but if we have to, we have to, so.
Nate, so what do we do not to have it engineered?
It would need to be a maintenance project, and generally speaking, it would be replacing the guts of the existing lift station of similar size and capacity of what you have now. My recommendation would be if you're gonna effectively dig a new hole, put in new pipe, and reconfigure things, change capacities. Now it's beyond a maintenance project, and I would recommend that you would run that through DNR permitting and have it engineered. But if it's just replacing the guts that are there with new guts, I would feel very comfortable calling that a maintenance project, and you would not necessarily need an engineering wall.
This lift station was first installed, I believe, in 64, 65?
Probably all original.
It's all original.
And the controls are obviously outdated, we've had hard time finding replacement parts for it. Old new stock, I guess, is what we've been finding on eBay, so.
Trying to find submersible chopper pumps right now might be a issue.
What isn't an issue, I guess, finding right now?
I found two of them this morning. One's in Minnesota and the other one they won't tell me, it's just somewhere in the US.
But that's a price from Mark Vogt for the, you know, drop-in fiberglass one. He must have done 3rd Street, and he's done,
How big's the lift station up there?
what's that?
How big's the lift station up there?
Oh, it might be 15 foot deep, 5 or 6 foot diameter. I mean, it's not real big by any means, but
You
it's.
having any problem keeping up the capacity?
No, not really.
When
I mean,
it rains.
here lately, the flows have been up at certain times. I don't know if sump pumps are.
I don't have one. I don't have a
involved
sump pump.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. The force main it needs to be replaced also, because it plugged up on us this winter, and we luckily found it within the first, 25 feet, so, but it's only about the size of a golf ball and a 4-inch line, so So that's gonna have to be replaced also at the same time, so.
Which I hate to say it, we better have Nate look at it, see if we gotta upsize anything.
I mean, I wouldn't think we'd have to, but, I mean,
If you got a force main that's almost completely full and you can't jet it out, you're just asking for later, right?
right, well, yeah. I mean,
So if we're gonna bite the bullet,
we really haven't gained any more houses, you know, probably since, well, I shouldn't say that, Whiteman's Hill, but that was only 8 houses there, so, I mean, it's always kept up. They've
yeah,
only
I'm not worried
ran,
about that, I'm more worried about your piping that's plugging up and everything else.
Right. well, like I said, that's gonna have to be,
I would definitely rather go with submersible pumps anyhow,
right, yeah,
something that can handle some rags that hit it and everything else, and
Yeah.
never gets chopped up.
yeah, oh, definitely.
Well, get with our buddy Nate and see what he says, if it actually needs engineered, and go that route. See what we can get. A lot of it's
We'll
gonna
make sure that we
depend on,
don't do more than we have to, from an engineering perspective, but, no, if you're getting into force main issues and things like that, anytime you have to put new pipes in the ground, the DNR likes to know about it, so.
is the concrete good condition, or is it getting shoddy?
Well, I mean, it's all right, but it's gonna be hard to retrofit that while everything's running, so, I mean,
No,
you can
that's
put
what I
a,
mean. If it's 69 years old or whatever that is, am I doing my math?
Yeah, it's-
59 years old,
it's concrete, I mean,
it's probably getting gassed out.
We'd be-
pretty well.
we'd be best off, I know it's gonna cost more, but, you know, put one right behind it, and,
All right, better get with Nate and have a look at it then.
okay. See you tomorrow, Nate.
You bet.
Anybody else wanna talk about that? Nobody complains till you can't flush your toilet. So,
Or my neighbors can't.
alrighty, now I need a motion approval of a special events application for a party in the park, June 15th, 17th, 2023.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Farmer, second by Tammy. Any questions on that? All those in favor?
Aye.
Alright, I need approval of street closure request for a party in the park, June 15th through 17th, 2023.
Second.
Well, you're throwing me way off. Motion by Bethany, second by Riley. Anybody got any questions on that one? All those in favor?
Aye.
Now I need a motion approval of fireworks display for party in the park, June 16th and 17th.
Motion.
Second.
I was gonna let him have that one.
Motion by Bethany, second by Zach. Any questions on that one? Roll call, or not a roll call, all those in favor?
Aye.
Alright, reports. Mr.
Thank you, Ms. Renner. Tiana sent an email, she's working on rates this week for the sewer. Got the information from Melissa, so, hopefully early next week we'll be able to, begin drafting an ordinance for review and have it here for council for approval before the end of the fiscal year. Also, at state level, property tax bills passed, it seemed like both the House and the Senate both property tax bills passed. So, and there seems to be some conflicting info on what actually is affected, what isn't affected. But as of right now, the fiscal year that's upcoming for that budget that we just approved, so far, it's not been touched. So it is what it is, but it's the year after is when everything's supposed to kick in. That's it for my report.
Do we have any updates or information on the firehouse on Second Avenue that is still vacant and boarded up and taped up? Any progress there? Cause it is looking bad. They mowed it yesterday. Did they mow?
Yeah, it's been mowed, but as far as progress on the firehouse, no, but I can talk with Blake and get you some info on it.
So who, are we waiting to hear from the bank on that, or the homeowner, or?
insurance company, are they all fighting amongst themselves and leaving us hanging?
Not that I'm aware of, but like I said, I don't know right now, but I will find out, let you know.
Okay. But I know we try not to have burnt out structures for too terribly long.
And with that, there's always when there's a fire for a house, there's a clause in state law that in order for the property owner to receive all their funds, it has to meet city ordinance as far as our standards are concerned, or they don't get paid for that, so, that I will try to find out from the insurance company
Okay.
as well, and from the property owner where they're at.
Okay.
So that's been sitting there for how long now?
Last September.
And we haven't cited the bank or whoever the holding property is yet, that they're,
Typically, they call us.
well, maybe if Blake starts sending them fines, they'll make that
They'll
phone
call
call.
us.
But usually, 9 times out of 10, they do contact us ahead of time, and I have in the past gone over those houses and take a look myself, so.
Well, maybe at some point, Blake's gonna have to take a more aggressive approach to some of these and just start issuing fines for the repeat violator instead of trying to give them warnings every time. Anything else?
We are GPS and curb stops now. We're about halfway done with the houses on the avenue, so seems to be taking a little while to do that.
So is that overlaying well on the maps?
They don't have anything ready up there yet,
No, gotcha.
so we're just stockpiling it, and we're gonna give them one great big. Well, I think
Five,
Matt-
though.
I think Matt sent some other earlier stuff up there to him, so, but, yeah, we haven't.
Okay.
I think he contacted them here a week ago or so, and I don't think he ever heard back from them, so. I think we're getting close with our tanless reading, aren't we, Melissa? We're getting close to.
Closer than we were.
Getting closer, I guess, to trying it out and seeing how it's gonna work, I guess, so. They're still working through a few issues, I guess, between the two, so hopefully here soon we'll get started on that, going good, so. Chad's out spraying the lots and city properties, so I think he's getting just about done with that. And, got done hauling sludge here about a week or so ago, and so we're back to our daily stuff and fixing and repairing pumps that need to be done, so.
Lovely.
Nothing too exciting.
Any questions for Craig?
See V&K was out surveying again, so.
I gave up on them. So, by the time they get it figured out, we're gonna be all to my next project. So,
Yeah, next one's coming right behind it.
Matt?
Just to piggyback what Chris said about the property tax, bill stuff, I sat in on a Zoom with the Ways and Means Subcommittee last Tuesday, along with probably about a dozen other lobbyists on that reform bill, and we were told by all the legislators that everybody that was there would be able to have, you know, somewhat of a seat at the table and have some conversation about what the final product looked like. And 3 hours later, they went into full committee and announced a strike-through of the entire bill, the entire 30-page initial bill, and replaced it with a 74-page amendment, which is what they then passed through Ways and Means, put it on the floor the next day, unanimously voted it through this House and the Senate on Wednesday last week, and then the governor signed it last Thursday.
With only half an hour to read the amendment.
The city administrator, or the legislators were given a half an hour, to read a 74-page bill that was completely brand new. Nobody's city managers, nobody's county auditors, nobody got a chance to look at it. And we had a Park and Rec Foundation Foundation meeting today, and I'm hearing from our lobbyist and from some other people that there's some buyer's remorse from some of our esteemed state representatives, because there was no public input, there was no input from municipalities, no input from counties, and so they're getting some kickback on this one, so there might be some amendments coming in next session and stuff like that, so. Just food for thought on that. The playground's in where it's going up slowly but surely. We're kind of taking 2 steps forward, 4 steps back with the weather a little bit. There's also some interesting instructions. Let's put it that way.
For sure.
Bud came up on Sunday and for a little bit and kind of watched us fighting a little bit of our big tower. That's going to be interesting. But we did talk to the installers on Monday, and we were on the right track with how we were trying to cite the circumference on that. We just were going pole to pole, and we should have just kind of been going straight across and using a few more come-alongs, but we'll get there.
Are we gonna put the roof on first?
He said you could do that, but he said then it makes it a little bit more interesting too if it tends to lean or do something sticky. So there's some structures that kind of come off some of those poles that we probably need to add first to add some rigidity, and then we could add the roof on top, so. We've got, last night we had Live Healthy Iowa Kids Track Meet. We had over 175 kids out for track, or out for the meet, so that was pretty awesome. We had a great night for that. Got water in the pool, and we've got the chemical guys coming out to give us our recipe so we can turn that over and start flipping that.
Pretty green.
Oh, it's gross. I mean, well, the bad part is if you stick a glass in there, it's crystal clear. It's like that's what all of our sediment and materials look like. So, when you put it inside of a 300,000 gallon container, I guess that's what it looks like.
It does.
Parks guys are out mowing, we're just trying to keep up with grass. So other than that, just pool will open 2 weeks from Saturday. Summer is upon us.
Melissa?
I would piggyback onto what Chris said about rate ordinances. We need to finalize our trash recycling rates. You can sit down for July. And Julie and I have a call scheduled next week to continue working on some of the public education and rollouts. I know she's contacted Matt about Party in the Park, so we're well on our way to transitioning collectors, so.
Coming right up here. Good deal. Anything else? Anything for our fair police department yet?
Nothing.
Perfect. I'm just gonna emphasize that. I got nothing. Good and welfare.
I gave everybody an invitation to the ambulance open house on the 21st. Stop by. Check it out.
Good. Anything else? Zach hasn't brought me any mushrooms yet. That's a welfare problem.
Sounds like a bud problem.
My arms are so bloody when I get done hunting mushrooms, it isn't even funny.
Mine are healing up.
It's terrible.
They're just more for a stroll in the woods. It is really dry out. Not now.
Haven't-
They're popping like crazy now.
I was gonna say, it should be better.
I think they're about done.
Really?
Mhm.
Maybe. Oh, well. Anything else? How's Subway? Good. Cheap advertisement. Good job. We need a motion for adjournment.
Second.
Motion by Bethany, second by Riley. All those in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.